5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is another episode of How Do You Love Me podcast. But guess what? In today's episode, we're talking about expensive weddings. Are they worth it or not? Coming up. How do you love me? Yeah. So this is How Do You Love Me podcast. I'm Trey.
And I'm Q.
And listen, today, you heard it just a while ago, we're talking about expensive weddings and are they worth it or not, right? Mm-hmm. Was the wedding too much? Mm-hmm. And divorce. Threw that in there. So, but real quick. Let's get right into it. How full is your cup, Q?
It's about 70% full, like a good 70. Okay. Last week it was like a tired 70. This week it's like a, it's a good 70. Like,
good.
And I'm not complaining. I have a little bit of a smile on my face. So yeah, how full is your cup this week?
Yeah, I was actually like maybe an hour ago. Mm-hmm. I was pretty close to about 76. I had a headache. Right.
Oh,
but outside, I was trying
I know this dude ain't in here hiding.
No, I was really trying to get that thing gone, and it left because it wasn't too bad, so it faded. But that was like right then in the moment. Total like whole week, man, I'm good. I'm a solid 89. 89, 91. I'm solid right now. So everything is good though.
Yeah. Sheba's cup is on 2% because she in there eating it all up.
Yeah, she had a little late dinner tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
My fault, but I'll deal with that. So first off, hopefully y'all really can't hear her eating because she is eating right now.
Look, and she looking back like, I know y'all ain't talking about me.
Yeah, we talking about her. It's okay. Continue to doing what you're doing. But so first off, before we get into the meat of the episode, I really want to talk about some big news. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. A few days ago, Chadwick Boseman passed away, mm-hmm. right? He died of colon cancer on August 28th, 2020. And for those of y'all who don't actually know him, he was most famously known as of recently for his starring role in Black Panther, mm-hmm. right? So a lot of fans in Black Panther for him. And that movie actually came out in like 2017.
Which it doesn't even seem like it's been that long.
It does not. Like, I promise you, I was thinking that was like early 2019 or something. Mm-hmm. So, but that's how time flies. It just passes by. But apparently he had been struggling with the colon cancer since 2016. And
all right, now you just ended up showing out.
Huh? I mean, I'm pretty sure they can't really hear that.
Man, I can. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's sorry, y'all. So apparently he had been struggling with the colon cancer since 2016, and he ended up, it just ended up getting the best of him over time, and a few days ago. But one of the really great things that I heard when I was reading through the story mm-hmm. is they said that he was raised a Christian, and his former pastor said that he was still keeping the faith, mm-hmm. and I thought that was really great. And also another thing, I was like, yes, he did marry his fiance Taylor Simone Ledward. Mm-hmm. He ended up marrying her before he passed away. Mm-hmm. So he got his affairs in order, and got his stuff right before he left here. So I was, that was pretty good. So R.I.P. to Chadwick, man.
Yeah, that was really sad. I mean, especially, and everybody's saying the same thing. Like, you just never know what somebody's going through.
No.
Like, he did so many great things.
Yeah, great movies.
Like, And then when you find out the timeline, you're like, dude, you did all of this
right
while you were battling.
Nobody knew.
No one. And I wonder if like if like he told like people close to him, like I'm sure he had
like
to say
family,
something.
but I don't think a lot of people in the business really knew. Cause like even it was like a special, I don't know, a documentary type deal that Kevin Hart did on Netflix. It was called Don't F This Up, right? But he I watched it, but in that Chadwick he actually had a scene in there with him and Kevin just talking, and Kevin was really trying to get him to do this movie, but like, you know, play a role in it, but he was real hesitant, like, you know, like you know, I don't know, man. I got to think on that. And I'm in my head at the time, I'm thinking like,
he turned his down,
what's the thing about it? It's like literally, you know, this is just go ahead and do it, man. Right. But I wonder if he was actually like, that was in the back of his mind. Like, am I going to be up to this? Like, you know, am I going to have the physical strength to, or whatever to really do that, you know? And so that's why I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, did he actually, you know, is that what he was thinking about? Right.
And it just like every time I see a video, I mean, it just makes me want to cry because I'm like, man, this guy literally, I mean, I just wonder like how many times did I see him on the screen, you know, on red carpets and doing interviews and stuff, and maybe he was in pain, or he wasn't feeling his best, and then just like hearing that people would like talk bad about, like, man, somebody get this man some food and stuff, and just saying
they were saying that.
Yeah. He was looking really frail, and people were like, man, you need to start eating. What's going on?
Yeah, because they probably thinking, man, you a Black Panther.
Well, they just they just looking at him like, you look like you on drugs or something. And so like that really more than anything touched me, because I was like, people got to stop talking about people in that way, because you never know what somebody's going through on the other, like, you know, in their life. And so it was really sad for me. I never even seen Black Panther, but you know, I never heard a bad thing about this man, and he seemed to carry himself in a, you know, appropriate way, which always is good in my book, you know. So and he did great things. He did great things. And I even watched one like a little video where they were saying Denzel Washington actually paid for him to go to college.
Dang. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so like, you know, it there was just so much, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Whew.
Why do the good ones always have to go fast?
Yeah, I was like, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so I didn't want this to like just be gossip, right? So you always want to look for some kind of silver lining. And so I took the liberty to kind of look up a few symptoms of colon cancer.
Oh, okay.
You know, so this brother's death wasn't in vain, right? So also, you know, real quick, I heard that the test was not the best, right? But ultimately, it's one of the biggest killers in the Black community. It is. Right? So got to do what you got to do whenever that time comes. So some of the first symptoms, you know, you start seeing is like constipation, right? And when I was thinking about this, I thought about, you know, one of my grandmothers passed away of colon cancer. And, you know, she was an extremely strong Black woman. But it still ultimately, it got to her, you know. But the thing is, if you are like suffering, don't suffer in silence.
And see, this is the thing that I always try to like get through to people. Your pain is a symptom that like something, or it's a sign that something's going wrong. Your body's trying to let you know, like, hey, there's something right here in your side that's not supposed to be there, or you know what I'm saying? Like, take those seriously. If your blood pressure's up and you have a headache every day, that's something. Take it serious. I don't understand why people play with that. And I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying like us in general, we work so hard at like just walking through it, you know, like, oh, I'll be fine, whatever. I'll go to work. I'll keep doing it. My kids got, you know, whatever they got going on. But take the time to take care of yourself. I agree. There's a couple of other symptoms here. Diarrhea, right? So like they were saying, you shouldn't really experience that more than a couple of days. And if you do, you need to go get that checked out, right? Because it could lead to dehydration and all kind of stuff.
Right. And the next one here was bloody stools. And y'all, I'm not trying to mess y'all up, but but seriously though, these are things that we don't know, right?
And we don't talk about
exactly
until Granny or Papa or Uncle John dies.
Big facts.
And then we're like, oh man, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
But the signs were all there.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to mess y'all up, right? But I just want to make sure that we know, and so I'll run through these next few real quick, like abdominal pain, unexplained weight loss, which that comes with a lot of cancers, that weight loss, which you were talking about
or even gain
earlier. Yeah, that too. Then it has fatigue and iron deficiency anemia. So, with all that being said, y'all, I don't want to leave on that note as well, but you don't know how much time you have left on this planet. So, instead of being sad right now in this moment, we need to try and look and try and use that to propel us to try something, right? To get out of our comfort zones. If something that you want to do, that you want to try and get into, look, COVID-19 is the perfect excuse to try it. If it didn't work, blame it on COVID-19. Look, if it do work, something great came out of it. So just get out there and try something, man. So with that being said, man, Wakanda forever.
Oh,
y'all didn't see? Yeah, I know you didn't see the movie, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. That wasn't your stuff.
I'll probably watch it now.
Oh well, nothing wrong with that either. Yeah. I'll watch it from time to time. So, I'll watch that with you for sure.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get on into the main topic for the day. So let's go ahead and transition into this. Today we're talking about the high cost of weddings and the divorce rates that are directly tied to it. All right. So we have an article here from Insider. They're reputable. Did I say that right? Reputable. Let me go with that. Insider. They did a study on couples, right? And it says that those who spent more were more likely to get divorced.
And I've heard that.
Right. I have too. So before we get into the ends of that article, what was some initial thoughts on that statement?
So before I've heard about it, I was like, what do you mean? You had the fairy tale wedding, what more could you possibly ask for? And y'all are really in love and you're gallivanting through a garden. And then I got married. Okay, so we had a chamber wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, it was literally us and less than 10 people in our pastor's office at the church, on a Wednesday. It was pretty simple, and I feel like we did the best thing for us. But then after we got married, then I started paying attention to other people's weddings. And I started noticing, not all, but some people were so focused on making the wedding such a show. You know what I'm saying? This is such a show. It's such a big event that we're not focusing on the relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most husbands check out during the wedding planning process.
Big facts.
Okay. You check out and you just tell me, I don't know, whatever you want, I'll pay for it. Just go do it. No. It's a no for me. Because we should be doing this together. That's just me. But anyways, I'm off topic. I just feel like you should spend more time working on the relationship than you should on the wedding. And I get it. The wedding is a big tradition and it's a good meshing of families, but I just don't think you should have to go all the way out for this relationship, especially if you're broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't cash out your 401k or take out your child's college fund and give it to them to get married.
Yeah. My initial thoughts, pretty much that, right? For one, it's not tricking if you got it. There's an old saying, right? That is, if you got it, cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it probably is some other stuff that money can go towards than the wedding. And so I I don't know. I've never really, that never has been something that was like
a big thing for you.
A big thing for me.
Yeah.
I would go on and say that I could pass if I had to. And we did. So that's just personal, but let's dive into this article and see what else it was talking about here. So it says, basically, the study found an inverse association between wedding spending and marriage duration, aka the less expensive the wedding, the longer they stayed together. Mm-hmm. And the crazy part is, I'm thinking, okay, so what they do, surveyed 100 couples. Mm-hmm. They surveyed 3,000 couples. Okay, so that's a pretty big sample size. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? So I was actually surprised by that. But it said, according to the study, the amount that the couple spend on an engagement ring and the ceremony is inversely associated with the marriage duration too. So they also went in with the rings, and I forgot, like, people be getting like 2 rings when they get married. Yes. I'm here to tell y'all, Q had one that was engagement and wedding ring. It was
the band and the ring.
Man, no cap. So I forgot about that though till I was reading that. I'm like, man, I forgot. People do be getting
they engagement ring be fat, and then they got to get the wedding ring to match.
That's blessed right there. They blessed.
Yeah, they blessed.
I ain't mad at it.
But that ring be looking nicer than their marriage.
Hey, sometimes it be like that.
They be holding together the whole marriage. Gotta stay with you for that ring.
I don't want to lose this ring.
Yeah, exactly. Nah. You playing, but there's some folks that really think that it's cute on my hand.
Man. But listen, so it said engagement ring. It said researchers found that the more money spent, the more likely it was to divorce, especially once the ring reached more than $2,000.
Why do you think that is?
Why? I mean, it just adds on to ultimately I think underlining everything is like the debt and the money issues possibly, because if statistics say that that's the number one reason for divorce anyways, it's like money issues, money problems, then I could only see how a $20,000 wedding and a $2,000, $4,000 ring could just add on to that debt. You know what I mean?
Because I could think of it that, like, if you get a $2,000 ring, but you got a $500 marriage, you know what I'm saying, like lifestyle, it will cause problems because you promised me a lifestyle that matched this ring.
That's I can see that.
We eating on the McDonald's budget.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? It would cause problems, but that's where, I mean,
I don't know.
That's why I'm like, you don't know the person you marrying before you doing all this.
Yeah, you definitely should find out.
That's why I say, like, that's why I was just saying that, like, people are spending so much time planning the wedding and the engagement and stuff. They're not focusing on the relationship.
When that's what's going to have to withstand the test of time. You get another ring.
Right.
For sure. Right. At some point in time. And so it said in that sample of men spending between $2,000 and $4,000 on an engagement ring, they saw 1.3 times greater like hazard of divorce coming as compared to those who spent like between $500 and $2,000. So it was like basically the more you spent on that ring, the higher they saw that divorce rate go up as well.
And so money, more problems.
That's what Biggie said. He said it. And apparently in a lot of cases, it's true.
You probably blow that woman's head up. You know, she walking down the store. Oh, girl, that ring is nice.
That's possible. That's one of the. I mean, that could go with it, and should be possibly working on the marriage between him and her. You know, so when you get to the weddings part, it said weddings that cost less than $1,000 had a significant decrease in the likelihood of divorce, and weddings costing more than $20,000 increased by 1.6 times. To have that divorce. Yeah. So I think, but here's the thing. Here's what I think is one of the most biggest keys in this whole article that I read. It said, according to the study, it said professors also found that one other characteristic impacted the divorce risk. How important one another's looks were in the decision to marry. Mm-hmm. And it reported that partners' looks were really important in the decision to marry. It is significantly associated with shorter marriage duration. And when I read that, I was like, that's the key. Mm-hmm.
I feel like we talked about this too.
We probably have before, because that's a big key. Like a lot of, especially in today's time, like with social media, like it's all about what does it look like? And ultimately looks fade.
It does.
Like everything that's up and tight right now is going to droop to the ground. It's going down. It's going down.
Up and tight right now.
I'm just saying, whatever it is going down.
Yeah.
You know, and so it has to be built on more than just the looks. Mm-hmm. But if that's all you basing it on, you're in trouble.
It's bound to change.
You are in trouble.
Like,
no, yeah, when it changed.
Yeah. It's bound to change. I mean, there's so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Looks fade away. Time. Accidents happen. What you gonna do if you were so in love with the way your husband looked and he had a car accident, it scarred his face for life, or took his nose, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Well, that was what you were built on right there. Yeah, your side.
That was.
Now you looking at him crazy.
Like, oh,
God. Still the same dude though.
That's right.
So it really comes down to, you got married for in here, up here. Because that lasts way longer.
Yeah. That's why I think those weddings, those expensive weddings, they're for look.
That's why I said it was the key.
It's like for superficial people, or, it's like for a show. Because I'm not spending a whole bunch of money for, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For like people to come and experience something with me. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the wedding is a celebration. I don't know why we don't pay to go to somebody's wedding.
Now that's I like that.
Why don't we pay?
That's an idea. Because
like it's an entertainment. Like, they got music, they got dancing, and especially if you go to a nice black one and they got,
electric slide going at the end.
They got grannies dancing, they got people throwing money, they got people strolling if the groomsmen is
down the aisle.
Yeah, it's like a whole event.
It is. I actually, here's the thing. I'm really not against an expensive wedding if you have it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To be honest, if me and Q had a little girl, that's a traditional thing that it would make me feel good to be able to say, or to be able to keep up with, the wife's side of the family taking care of the wedding. Mm-hmm. Like the whole thing, don't worry about nothing. The only thing is, guess what? I'm gonna have a stipulation on there. You ain't going over blank. Because in my mind, I have something for it. Like, personally, when I start seeing those numbers, 20, 40,000 on the wedding, I'm thinking I would give my daughter an ultimatum. Hey, we could spend 25,000 on this wedding, or we can give you that as a down payment on the house.
Okay, so that's where I was going.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't want to pay for a wedding. I would rather give you like money to help get started.
Like boom.
Maybe we can get you a washer and dryer set.
Give you that down payment on that house.
Something like that.
If you're going to spend that much.
I'm not paying for no one day event.
No, that's not. I mean, yeah, I guess it is a day. The actual, have you ever noticed? I've been to a few weddings. The actual ceremony part be like 5 minutes when the wife get down the aisle.
That's right. And if you get the right pastor, they can, and you may now kiss the bride.
Yeah.
And it be over like that.
It be
next
done.
thing y'all be the reception lasts longer than the ceremony.
For real. But that's and y'all, if she did end up picking the wrong side, like, well, I'm gonna take the wedding. We're gonna redo that. We're gonna redo that one more time.
You have to tell her, like, if you choose the wedding, the money goes down.
It goes down. Yeah. No, that's facts. You see that? We on one accord with that already. The daughter ain't even here. Might have a son. Who knows? But I'm just saying.
The money goes down.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Why? Because I'm going to make the decision for you. The money's going down because I'm putting half of it towards the down payment because you need to get your own place.
Big facts.
And then you can have half of the wedding. So
big facts.
Spend it how you want to, but you still getting this down payment.
You know what I mean? Like,
you still getting this down payment.
Like, because to me, that's more meaningful. Like, even if they weren't in the position, like, get a house yet, what if you, as the parent, paid for, like, the whole year of their apartment? Like, hey, we paid up the whole year for your apartment, save all the money that you would have put towards the rent for a down payment on y'all house while y'all build y'all credit and all that stuff. Man, that's a crazy setup. Yeah. Who wouldn't take that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what it does, it takes a different mindset to look at something that way. Because when all your life from a little girl or little boy grown all the way up, if all the Disney movies, you know, show it like that, if all the people who want the money, the diamond ring, you know, the jewelers, the event spaces, if that's what they show us all the time, then that's what we want, right?
Yep.
So it's going to take a different mindset to actually, you know, have somebody actually want that instead. So I don't know, but that was that was interesting to me though, because I could see how, and it's not to say that all wedding, you know, all those expensive weddings were failures.
Been to a couple.
What?
I can count 3 on my hand.
Oh, really? I don't know.
We done been to a couple where they spent a nice amount of money and it didn't last. And I don't know if it was because of the money, but I feel like most of their relationships were already rocky before the actual ceremony. So it was like, you really shouldn't have spent that money.
Right.
Like, y'all need to start watching out for these red flags, okay?
Oof.
If he ain't coming home at night, if she's still texting whoever else, don't get married.
Yeah,
I get that you're not putting down payment on, but
it ain't time yet.
It's not. And they not the one. It shouldn't be that. Like, are y'all getting tricked or are y'all fools? That's what.
Been bamboozled.
But are you really? Because I'm like, the signs were all there. We all saw it.
Sometimes
who else did see it?
I'm gonna put it like this. I heard this one the other day, and I was like, yeah, that one's going in the stash. Sometimes it's hard to see the full picture when you in it.
Well, I know that.
You know what I mean?
I know that.
So sometimes you can be so like in that love phase.
Well,
which, by the way,
what you think is love.
But that's the thing. That's why.
Because just because you go that's what I be trying to tell folks. Just because somebody takes you somewhere or takes you out to eat and they cater to you, and you know, ever since y'all been together, it does not mean that's love.
That's okay. Facts.
The moment that I found out what love really was is when it wasn't even nothing I did to him. It was something he did to me. Me having an attitude and me acting in a totally inappropriate way, he still came back. Okay, because that just let me know how committed and how dedicated he was to me. Some of y'all folks don't be doing that.
Yeah,
y'all only see the good stuff. So when you get married and you finally get to see that other stuff, you're like, golly.
Yeah, and here, like, I think too, like, if you only think that love, how can I put this? It's really an emotion. Like,
in the words,
I don't think a lot of people probably hate me for that, but love is an emotion. So like that you build on, you build it stronger and stronger. Look, if you see something that's not right, understand that is not the end of the world, and you can find love again.
Yeah,
and it's better than the heartache that you'll find later on. Well, I'm just talking about preventing.
I say,
you know what I mean? Preventing that heartache.
Well, that's just what I'm going to tell my kids. Okay, until y'all have that big argument, it ain't a real relationship. Until he get on your nerves every day, but you still go back because you like, I love him. And it's not like a serious thing where he's cheating on you and stuff, then it might be love. Like we can talk about it, but I'm not agreeing for you to marry someone. I'm not giving my blessing for you to marry somebody who cannot prove their love for you, or they're constantly proving how they're not loyal to you.
Yeah, I ain't with that.
I'm not with it, and I'm not signing on to no.
I'm with you on that one. I'm not gonna let my son be out here getting swindled by no what is it by no OnlyFans person. Or I ain't gonna let I definitely ain't gonna let my daughter get bamboozled by no lazy dog.
I mean, and another thing is I can't really choose. My mom always said I can't choose your shade tree, which means she can't choose who you love. But all I'm gonna say is don't come over here.
That's a good one. All I'm gonna say is
don't come over here asking for my advice, because you know what I'm gonna say.
All I'm gonna say is I might use that one for real.
What?
All I'm gonna say is, and then I'm gonna spit that real.
Well, you know what? Most people don't even come to us for advice because they don't want to hear what we got to say, because it's gonna be totally opposite from what you want to hear. Don't come over here and ask me if you should stay with such and so, because I'm gonna tell you no.
You mean like stay in the house with them?
No, I mean like
stay together.
He constantly doing XYZ, and I just don't understand because I love him. Okay, that don't sound like love to me. You should leave him. It don't sit right with me. Yeah. Like I don't believe that love should be all that y'all think it is. Y'all enjoy it and I don't. And then y'all get married to it and wonder why you depressed and sad and mad and broke because he was half of the bills or paid half of the bills. And so no.
Yeah.
But y'all watch out for them weddings, man. Y'all be going all out, be having your mama maxing her credit cards out for you and yours on this day. And your significant other ain't even 100% in.
Yeah. And that's not fair. It's not fair to everybody. So
yeah, and then a wedding is such like a family event. Like when we got married, it really I really saw how families came together. Like you know, how people came and helped set up, and how other people, you know, cooked and, you know, made sure that I had everything. Some people brought decorations and stuff and the gifts. It really is like a meshing of families. So
it just turned into, over time, I think it just turned into something. Show. Yeah, something on top of that. Like that was the original base. Like, hey, this is a gathering to mesh both of the families, get to know each other, have a great time, and enjoy our new combined family. But then it turned into extra now.
I feel like it turned into a competition. Cause
that could be true too. I
can't, you know, my friend just got married like 2 years ago, and her wedding was bad, man. I need my wedding to be like that, but on a bigger level.
Yeah, keeping up with them Joneses.
And yeah, I ain't for it. But now I know I done said all of this, but let me tell you, if Trey ever let me get like remarried, you know, like renew our vows or something, we probably would go out then, you know, like if we did a 25th or a 50th anniversary party or something like that, you know.
That sounds better to me than renewing vows.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm like, you know, I don't know. I always had a thing about that.
Some kind of celebration of our marriage. If we ever had something like that, I could see us going all out because
but that's different. You put time in, you put work in. Yeah. You made the the income to be able to do that. Let's celebrate. Yeah. I'm with that. Yeah.
Now I could definitely see us going all out for that, but not because I feel like those to me make more sense because at that point I'm older and I really want to celebrate, and we've gained lots of more family and friends, and so probably going to have to pay for a big venue, and I just want to have a good time. So I can see doing something like that. But the first, like, honestly, y'all, our marriage was like the bare minimum. The money that we got, we bought a washer and dryer and a new bed.
Yes, Lord.
Washer and dryer and a new bed. And we were really happy about that.
Yeah, because, man, look, I'm sitting back, I was thinking, I'm like, look, if we would have, I'll put it like this, if you would have opted to have at a traditional wedding, we would have been waiting.
Yeah, we would have.
Yeah. So I was so glad when she said, I'm with it.
Well, because I wanted to.
And not because I was being cheap, but because I knew.
I felt like you were being
cheap. I wasn't. I was what I was.
Let me tell this story so they can hear how cheap you are.
I'm not cheap.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know what story she's about to tell y'all, but first off, I'm not cheap. I just like to look and see what was going on. But what I said, I was like, look, we can get married now with the chamber wedding, and then have a reception later where everybody can come and we can have the party, or we can have a traditional wedding. But we had a traditional wedding, we're gonna be waiting because we didn't have a big balling family like that, and we wasn't balling like that. So who gonna pay for it? We're gonna have to save up.
Right.
So that's why I said
that. On top of that, we wanted to get married.
Like, facts. Yeah.
We didn't live together.
Yeah.
We were like, well, I'm not waiting. Well, I mean, our pastor was like, yeah, y'all got something to do? What y'all?
Yeah.
He was like, what y'all doing next Thursday?
Facts.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how we picked our day. But, all right, so now to this cheap story. Because I tell stories like this all the time so y'all can see, because I think I told one last time. Did I tell it? Nobody didn't even tell them about that. All right. So we decided we were going to have the chamber wedding. And then I was like, okay, let's wait until after. So at that point I was in school, and I was like, let's wait until after this semester is over. So we picked a date, stamped it. We found a place to go. Now I need to find a dress. So we had a little bit of money. I got a refund check from school. Income tax had come, had came in and hit our bank account. But, we were meshing bills, that we had never, ever paid before. And so, we were having to adjust. So we had a little bit of money. And I needed to go get my dress. So I went dress shopping. And I went to David's Bridal. And I was like, oh, these dresses are pretty. And I was like, but show me the clearance rack. Because I'm not paying $1,000 for a dress. So I found a dress for $100. And it was cute. I liked it. It fit my style. And I wanted to get it. And I had to get some alterations on it because it was a little bigger than it needed to be. Like, I don't have a big chest. And it was like a V cut. And so I didn't need all of that hanging out. Mm-hmm. So whatever. I needed alterations. So they told me, it was like, it's going to be $100 for the alterations, $100 for the dress. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll come pick it up next week. So I get up to the counter, and they're like, we have this, some kind of like storage box. So after you wear the dress, you can have it dry cleaned or cleaned, and then they'll have a box for you to store it in that'll protect it for years and years. And they were like, and that's $100. Would you like to pay for that? Now, mind you, we had the money to pay for it. So me, being the person I was, I called Trey up. And I'm like, hey, Trey, the dress is $100. Cool. Alterations are, I think they were like $80. He was like, cool. I was like, but can I get this box? They said they'll clean my dress after the ceremony, after the reception, and then they'll put it in this little storage box, and, I can have free cleaning, or I can't remember what it was. Trey was like, what you need that for? You don't need that.
Yeah.
You do not need that. He was like, you're not going to get this dress dirty. This ain't no real wedding. You don't need that.
Now, I wasn't saying it like that, y'all.
Yes, you did.
No, I was not.
Yes, you did. You was like, that's not real. You said, like, we're not going to be doing all of that.
Yeah.
So you really don't need.
Yeah.
You really don't need to, have it cleaned or whatever.
Uh-huh. I guess my main thing.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
Okay. Oh, you want to finish it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So then at the ceremony, we was getting it in, doing the bunny hop and the Cupid shuffle and whatnot. And because I had my heels off, I was dragging my dress. And so there's like black marks and stuff all on the train of the dress at the back. I didn't know that, but when I got home, I saw it when I took the dress off. And of course, I looked over at Trey like,
hey.
And asked me where that dress is right now. Where's that dress, Trey?
I know where it's at.
Where is it at?
It's at my mama's house.
Where?
In the closet.
It ain't no closet.
It is now.
Oh, it's not? Oh, they put it in there?
Yeah. Here's the thing, too, y'all. So, first off, my whole, I guess, thinking back, my main thing I heard was a protective box. I really didn't hear, I really, I can't remember about the cleaning part. Even still, I would still say the same thing today. Yeah, because you know what? Look, for one, dry cleaning on that dress would probably be about $25. We can get a box after it's dry clean for about $10.
No.
Yes. About $10. And boom, it's dry clean and it's put in a box that you can store wherever. First off, after that day, what are you going to do with that anyway?
I wanted to keep it forever. I could have got it cut later.
Which, by the way,
gave it to someone.
Which, by the way, y'all, can still happen. She can get that black part at the bottom cut off, and it will still be the same. Matter of fact, I got so many. I probably could do it. I'm not going to, but I'm saying. All I'm saying is that was it's at the time it seemed like I'm gonna get you because I can. And that's what I was thinking. Because I promise you, I'm only thinking about that box. I'm like, bro, that is a $10 box that they trying to get her for $100.
It was not no $10 box. It was more.
No, what I'm saying is, I know what you can get the box for. It was from the store.
It was more than just the box.
Well, I see that now, but even still, y'all, it can be clean for about $20. You can get a box for another $20 if you want to get an extremely expensive one, and that's still what? $40, and you still can have it forever. Matter of fact, we still got it. I'm gonna do that. What y'all think? I might go ahead and do that. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah, you trying to slide over the fact that he cheap. That ain't even the only one.
I'm just saying, she can try and make me seem like it if she wants.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that he's cheap, which I know I said that, but he doesn't see the necessity or why it's necessary to get some things. I get that it costs money and you feel like it's not necessary, but the moment that you don't get it, it's just like insurance. You need to have it just in case. And the moment that you don't, you run right into the back of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Trey said, you don't need that. We're not really going to be doing too much. This ain't no real wedding kind of thing.
If I would have known she was going to be walking around barefoot like the Flintstones.
I wasn't barefoot. I had on flip-flops.
I would know she's gonna be taking off her shoes.
What?
Either way,
you've been to a wedding before.
I wasn't paying attention to the women's feet. I'm sorry, y'all. It just happened.
That's not
Accidents
the only one.
happen.
That's not even the only one. That's not even the only one.
So are you gonna turn this into a Trey's cheap episode?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, well then keep going. If that's what you want.
No, go ahead. I'll share it another day.
I appreciate it. Now, y'all, we're going to go ahead, since she's finally off of this rant, we're going to get to one of the best parts, questions from the inner circle. What we got today, Q.
All right. So this question says, what do you think is the biggest myth about marriage? What do you think is the biggest myth about marriage?
That once you get married, all your problems are going to be solved and over, and everything from the past is now wiped, and it's going to be happily ever after. And I mainly blame that on the story that we've been told by Disney and all these other things. But anyway, that's what I think it is. Q, what you got?
I'm gonna say that the fact that when two people join with money, I know, sometimes I'll be like, well, I'm a little broke right now. And mainly that just means money's tight. Mm-hmm. And so I can't spend, or maybe it's not a good time to go out to eat. And people are like, what do you mean? It's two of y'all. What do you mean you can't do it? Y'all ought to be skirt. First of all, just because there's two incomes, it does not mean that we are just living it up over here. Okay? Mm-hmm. It does not mean we're living it up over here. What?
Yeah. You beating the mess out of this table.
Because it's for real. I get that all the time. People just assume because you're married, or not even just that, people assume because you're married, you don't have the same you don't go through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, like, that's for real. They better be glad I ain't there when you tell them that. Because look, money is allocated so we can have some when we older, when we're retired. Right. So we don't have to be working till we 65, 70.
These folks I be talking to, they'll be
I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's why I said they better be glad I ain't there. I let them know. Yeah, we ain't got it right now, so we can have it later.
Yeah. But I think that's the
I'm with you on that, though. That's
money.
For real.
People assume, like, and then on top of that, the fact that we ain't got no kids. They think we over here just, y'all over there just living.
More money to go over there for later.
Yeah. It's like, how much money did you have at this age? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, they ain't think about that either.
I'm like, I didn't at the time. I didn't have a college degree. Trey would, we regular folks. Regular folks.
No, that was a great one though. That great question from the Inner Circle, man. Did you have anything else?
I do, but we'll have to bring it out next time.
Okay, cool. Well, look, y'all. That's it. Thank y'all so much for listening to the How Do You Love Me podcast. Yes. If you're new here, why would you even be laughing right there?
I don't even know.
Y'all, I don't know. Anyway, look, if you're new here, we really, really, really appreciate you for listening. And don't forget, subscribe wherever you're listening to this podcast at. Go ahead and subscribe, leave a nice review, or leave a review letting us know what we should do, if we need to do something better, how you're liking it so far. We would love to hear from you. Also about topics that we should talk on later. Or if you just have some questions, you can email us at HDYLoveme@gmail.com, or you can just DM us on IG or Instagram at HDYLM_podcast. Or if that's way too much work, just leave us a voicemail. All right. Leave us a voicemail at 682-21. What you do? You messed me up. My bad. 682-231-0848. All right. And if you want to see what's going on over here, just go ahead and go to our website at HDYLM.com. All right. And remember, it's always grand gratitude over here. That means high thinking, strong faith, simple living, smart work. All right. With that being said, peace.
Bye.